Okay, take two. Hi, it's Sunday. Today's April the 30th, and we are finishing off the Japanese wood spirit that is inspired by Totoro. I've been making two quilts at a time. When at C2E2, I sold the sample for my Amazon Warrior and my Japanese wood spirit, so I need to remake them. So I've got the two Amazon Warriors done, and I'm almost done with the two Japanese wood spirits. So I've got the last three rows that I'm working on right now. After I get these three rows done, then I'm going to start piecing all those rows, add on the edges, and hopefully that's it. Once that is all done, then I'm going to cut panel quilts that I need to replace. And then I'm going to take all the pieced and the panel quilts and I'm going to cut backings so you can see how I cut backings for stuff. Once that's all done, I have new fabric for the Catan quilt that I'm going to be teaching at Gen Con this year. So I'm going to be cutting all those pieces out so you can see how I'm going to do that. So, fantastic. All right, let me get going. So, hi Amber, how are you? How was your interview? And this is to the right. Oh, that's awesome. That's great news then. I hope that you get the job and you're able to work with the company. A good job that you do what you like is always important. Okay, this one's to the left. Why, thank you very much. I missed you too. I hoped that the reason I haven't seen you the last few streams was that the interview went well and that you were hopefully getting a job. I've been trying to think about what things that I can do when I'm down in Maryland for this few weeks. About streaming or or things like that. I think one night I'm gonna do a Jackbox night where I'll stream the TV and then have everyone that wants to join me playing Jackbox. I think whenever I can get through a bunch of the t-shirt quilts, I can have one day of pinning where I can show you how I pin quilts. Other than that, I've been trying to think what else I could do down there. I may be able to set it up at Nicole's house and work on maybe pillowcases or dice bags or something one night. Yeah, and because I hate going a few weeks without any streams. I want to do something. Now, of course, whenever I'm at Spring Market, I will be doing a lot on Facebook Live because I've got a couple of different companies that I'm setting things up to give stuff away. So I'm super excited about that. So, and all of that will be through my Facebook. If I can get a landline connection at the hotel, I may do something at the hotel, just like a brief chat session or something with, and show you guys some of the amazing things that I'm gonna pick up at Quilt Market. But that all depends upon the landline connection, because the thing that I have learned is that I cannot live stream with a wireless connection. It just does not work very well. It doesn't get enough of a signal. This would be 4, yep, 4, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, these go to the right. That's really strange. The event list isn't showing the hosts. It didn't do that yesterday either. Well, Craftiness is Key, Pink Pariah, and I Am Lyra are now hosting me from my Soviet team. They must have been hosting someone else who stopped streaming. Yeah, I'm not sure why. I hope it's working for everything else, because I did a test yesterday for the host and it said it worked. I'll have to play around with it tonight and see if the settings are off for some reason. Okay. I just hope if I get any new follows or tips that it pops those up. Alright, so that is these two. See, I can see, oh, no, it does work. Fantastic, thanks, Amber. So it does work, so I guess it's the, my teammates that it's not working for. That it's just telling me that it's automatically in there. Awesome, thanks. Alright, that makes me feel better. it does go this way. And then to the left, this way. So, like I said before, today I am finishing up some pieced quilts, and I'm going to do some cutting of backings, and then the Catan quilt. The reason is tomorrow is pinning day at the family center. So I'm going to take all my stuff over to the family center first thing in the morning, pin everything. So that means tomorrow night's stream is going to be quilting night. So I will be quilting everything that I have made. And then Wednesday night will be binding night. So I'll get some binding done. Yeah, maybe it is just the auto host that it's not popping up. Thank you. Like I said, that makes me feel a little better. Okay, it's that one. And that's the right. Or it may not even just be the auto host, it may just be my team members that it's not popping up. Yes, ma'am.
Would you like something from Timmy's?
Yes. I would like... we do a hot chocolate. Medium hot chocolate, please.
Okay, sorry. I was listening to my things.
Oh, wait, hold on. I think I want... Do I want a donut? No, just a hot chocolate. Okay. Thank you.
No problem.
I guess my husband is going to stop at Tim Hortons on the way home from the gym. That's how you know I'm in Canada. Yeah, you want one too? See, now it's me teasing you with good things, right? The Tim Hortons hot chocolates are really, really good. Here. Okay, so I have everything. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I have an even number. Yeah. I'm just gonna finish sewing. Alright, so I've got all of my strips done for 2 quilts. Now comes the fun part where I actually get to see it all come together. Move that so I can see the entire pattern. Yeah, see, it's a lot of the GoFundMe stuff is more for people that are sick, or like the lady who had all of her things stolen at a convention, stuff like that. I don't know if anyone would donate for moving stuff, you know, for to help you guys move out. It's an idea, but there's just so many of those out there now. Hopefully, this job pans out, and then you can start setting aside money, and then that'll work. Oh, really? I haven't seen any of the team sporting event stuff. That's interesting. I know you said that you craft in your spare time. Have you thought about making and selling things on Etsy? It's if you haven't tried Etsy, I'd try Etsy. It's eBay's a little different. eBay's more for people that are trying to look for a deal, almost like a garage sale type stuff. Etsy is the everything is handmade. So people are looking for higher quality, good things. So if you still have any of your handmade stuff sitting around, I'd put it on there and just see if it sells. And then if it does, you can always go make some more in your spare time. The nice thing is Etsy actually has a program on there that you can actually print out your postage for you, and it gives you a discount. So if you were to go to the post office and go do the postage to the post office, it would be more expensive than if you just did the postage through Etsy. And what that does is it lowers the shipping costs for anyone interested in buying something for you. And they may pick your item over something else because the shipping costs are less. That's one of the reasons that my pillows and kits are all on Etsy. Oh, okay. I was thinking more not decorating or not having any of the things in the common areas. If it's more of a make to sell, they may be a little bit more supportive. But sometimes they're not. Okay, so now something else you can also look into is I'm not sure about in Texas, but I know in a bunch of places in the States there are rent assist places where if you make if you make below a certain amount of money, that you would qualify for reduced housing costs in some apartment buildings. So that's something to take a look into. Oh yeah. Yeah, without a car, that's super hard to go out and get materials and things like that. If you can get the materials and shipping supplies in your hands, like I said, Etsy's a good one. You don't have to go places to sell anything. Just put it online as long as it's handmade. And then you can even have the post office pick it up directly from your house. I always find it's easier to pin whenever the smaller one is on top. That's the only reason why I flipped it around and did it this way. I was just thinking I need to find that graphic that says, I'm sorry, but today is quilting day, so I may not be able to respond as much for tomorrow. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 panel quilts I need to get cut and prepare. And then I have these 4-pieced quilts that I've made on the stream that I need to do the backings for as well. Oops, that's upside down. I was looking at that going, Why does that not look right? I have it flipped upside down. It goes like this. Doesn't make a difference which side I pin it on. Yeah, I'm trying to think of other things you could do. Of course, other than this job if they give it to you. You know, the more I think about it, I really hope that there's a landline in the hotel so that I can do a stream from the hotel in St. Louis. Go. Nice. Well, that's good then. Yeah, and unfortunately there's a lot of things that you have to have money to make money. Quilting is probably one of the most expensive hobbies to have. It's not just the machine, but fabric is expensive, thread, the materials. Yeah. That's one of the reasons why not a lot of young people quilt. And then, of course, cosplay is super expensive as well. So a lot of those materials, things like that. Yeah. Yeah, and that makes sense. I remember whenever I was in university, I went to school full-time, and I had one full-time job and two part-time jobs. Because I paid for myself through school. So, because I had to pay for my place and pay for school. So, literally every free moment of my time, I was working. And it's funny, now that that I own and run my own business, it seems like I work even more. Like, Seriously, every free moment that I have, this is what I'm doing. I'm either here, I'm teaching a class, traveling to conventions. That's why one of the reasons why I go to some of my husband's softball games, 'cause it's the only time I see him. Oh, hi, Aaron Bansgram. How are you? That sounds like a cool place. So would you be selling the supplements to stores, to people, or what would you do with it? I was just telling Amber before, I've been trying to figure out what I can do for a stream while I'm in Maryland and in St. Louis at the different conventions and at Spring Market. And I was thinking, maybe I should just do a stream from my hotel room. Because I need a landline in order to do a stream. I can't do it on wireless. So if the hotel has a landline, I'll just do a stream from there and talk about the sample spree with all the things I'm going to get. Yeah, no, it's a lot of places like that, Amber, are the sales jobs where it's up to you what you make and what you sell. So it's the same thing like in the home shows, like Pampered Chef, Tupperware, Party Light, things like that. It's all dependent upon what you put into it and what you sell to how much money you make. Yep, like I said, just like all that other stuff. It is it's a pyramid to where if you get other people to join the team, you make more. But I would make sure that you really, really believe in the product and that you're able to sell the actual product. Because if you don't enjoy what you do, then it's not going to be successful. And like you said, getting another job too, I'm sure would help. Because then not only do you have another job, but you have a place that you can talk to people about the sales job. Okay, so I'm going to have one of the tops done. Oh yeah, no, and it's super hard to get a steady job, like you said. Yeah, and normal paying doesn't necessarily mean a full-time job. Whenever I was in college, like I said, I worked a couple of different jobs. I worked at I worked at a restaurant. I worked at a country club, being a waitress. I worked at a dog kennel, taking care of animals, Tuesday, Thursday mornings, because that was whenever my schools had late classes. All at the same time. So, yeah, a quote-unquote normal paying doesn't necessarily mean in an office or any place like that. I even worked full-time at a boat dealership when I was in school. It wasn't until I was 23, 22 that I got an actual normal job teaching after I finished my degree. And even then, even while I was teaching, I still had a part-time job in the evenings at a restaurant. Okay, so here is the first Totoro done. I'm just going to fold him up like this to make it easier to put through. And let's get the other one's done. Yeah, no, it's unfortunate there's not a lot of work from home that are super successful. Unless you are marketing customer service. I know you said you don't have a car. Do you, is there any public transportation where you are? Well, you can always find something along a bus route and take a bus. I know my husband didn't get his license until he was like mid-20s because he just took the buses all the time. Yeah, when I was in school running around with all the jobs, I bought a really old, cheap clunker because, of course, insurance is expensive. So it was a super old, liability-only, cheap old car. Because where I was living, there was no public transportation. The only way that I could get around was to have a car. I think that's one of the nice things about where I live now, is that there is a really good public transportation system. So you really don't have to have a car. I know whenever I was a manager at the local Michaels here when I first moved up, there's a lot of people that work there that didn't have a car. They just used a bus. You know, that's something you can look at. Have you thought about any of your local craft stores since you craft? Because you would get the discount as well. A lot of times the craft stores are in areas where there's bus stops. Oh. Really? Hmm. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you for that one. See, I was always expected to have a job and to pay for myself. If I wanted anything, I had to pay for it. Yeah, the first job that I got was when I was 16. The moment that I could work, I worked. I try to have a discussion with him and tell him that, hey, you really want to be a productive member of society and you'd really like to have a job. Maybe talk with him about that. Say, hey, you want to try to get a job and you want his help. I know whenever I go to my dad and if I use those words, I would like some help, then his fatherly instincts kicked in. Oh yeah, I know, 15's too young. I know some people that work at 15, but no, 16 was whenever I started. Yeah, because if you're at least 18, then you can go to him and say, hey, look, I'd like to kind of be a productive member of society and get an actual job. And ask him for help and see what he says. Okay, this goes this way. that looks good. So, in the meantime, if he doesn't want you to work, is he paying for everything? And doesn't mind that you don't do anything? Well, I mean, if you're living with him and he's paying for everything and doesn't expect you to pay for anything, then I mean, that's one of those things where you live with him, you abide by the rules, right? And if he doesn't expect you to contribute anything at all, just kind of be there, then I don't know. Oops. Did I break the needle? Or nope. Fantastic. How did I not break that? These needles are amazing. There we go. Oh, you know what I didn't do? I didn't update my social media like I wanted to today. Let me do that really quickly. Come on. Have you thought about volunteering places? Like not necessarily working for money, but volunteering to get work experience and time. So like me, like at a shelter, daycare, things like that. And then that way, you're not working, but you are contributing and you're getting experience. I know it's for Jord. I've been thinking she's thinking about things that she can volunteer at in the future. Not right now because she's too young. Oh, come on. That's not what I wanted. Yeah, so I would do, I mean, if he's paying for everything and you don't have bills or things like that that you have to pay, then I would look into doing some volunteer stuff. go. Fantastic. Alright, so, oops, I have to rethread this. Unless he's there. I mean, it may be one of those things where he is being a little overprotective and he just wants to make sure he knows exactly where you are and what you're doing. Yeah. So, maybe if you went to him and told him that you wanted to do some more volunteer work, that might work. I know there are a ton of different animal shelters that are always looking for volunteers and for help. Oh, that's right. It's this way. I lost track of my strips. Alright, that's the other one over there. And it's being combined with this one. Nope, and I'm out of bobbin thread. I'll never forget my husband when he was down here looking at that going, why does that run out? Why can't you just have it constantly going? Oh, speak of the devil, I believe they're home. my Twilark. And yes, bobbin thread. See, this is why, I don't know if you noticed, I've got a whole big thing of bobbin. I pre-wound all of my bobbins. Thank you, my dear. You want to come show everyone your hair? Your fantastic, lovely green hair. You don't want to show everyone your whole head of hair? Just a hint of the green? Oh, I was thinking, free comic book day, instead of going Black Widow, why don't I wear my Batman cosplay? And then we can match. Like, I'll do my Batman corset and skirt, and... Oh yeah, everyone says I'm going to enjoy my hot chocolate. It's quite nice.
Yeah, it's the summer. You obviously drink hot chocolate in the summer.
Of course, hot chocolate goes in the summer.
And that's why you drink smoothies and cold items in the
Yeah,
winter.
in the winter, yeah. So think about it. For free comic book day, I like Batman stuff.
I'm going to go check out that.
Okay. Yeah, so Twilark, yeah, that's what I do. So I actually have this little thing you can buy from any quilt store, sewing store. I think it was like $8. And I just sit and pre-wind my bobbins. So I do a lot of quilting with purple and, of course, black and cream. So that way I have them all so that whenever I do run out, I can just reach over and grab a new one. And then so yesterday morning I spent about 20 minutes just pre-winding everything. It makes it a lot easier, and then when you're actually sewing, it's not so much a bane of your existence. I normally just wind them when I'm doing other things. Like when I'm doing computer work, I'll just set it on, start winding it, and then when I hear it stop, I'll flip it, put another one on. I just hate stopping what I'm doing. I don't like breaking it up. If I'm on a roll, I want to keep going. Alright. Nice. Fantastic. What kind of machine do you have? Thank you. Okay, I'm not familiar with singers, so I don't know how the bobbins work. But I think, because I know on this machine, you actually have to put the pedal down and then push this over in order for the bobbin to actually wind. So I wind my bobbins on my other machine, my more expensive machine. I don't know how singers are with that. I know with Brothers and with Baby Locks, you can buy big packages of empty bobbins, and that they work. Yeah. No, it's, oh, you mean the machine? Yeah, this is my travel machine. These are my classroom machines. Oh, yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, so you have to put I hate that. I hate winding stuff on this one. These are the Brothers CS6000Is, which are a basic, simple machine. I do all my piecing on them, because all the piecing I do wears down my machines. And so because of that, I buy these things in bulk. I buy them like 5 at a time. And then I use them for classrooms. So I do lots of teaching at the local family center. And so these are the machines that I bring for my classroom machines. They're super light, super quiet, but they don't last a long time because they're super inexpensive. So whenever it needs, when it breaks or if it needs a thorough cleaning, I just throw it away and buy another one. Well, I should say I don't throw it away, I recycle it and buy another one. Because it costs more money to repair it and clean it than it does to buy a new one. Yeah, see, that's why I know Superior's got a lot of fantastic pre-wound bobbins, but will they fit singers? I know they fit the Brothers. Because I know some bobbins are different than others. Oh, and Twilark, Iron Band's grandma is another quilter here on Twitch. No, that's what we're here for, right? That's why I like sitting and chatting, because even if I'm teaching you and sitting here and chatting while I'm sewing, it makes me move faster, and it makes the time go by faster too. It's so much better. Like, I had a gentleman the other night pop on and say that he had a couple of oh, okay. Nice. Okay, yeah, so look at Superior, Twilark. Superior's got some pre-run bobbins that are amazing. So the gentleman the other night popped on the stream and said that he had an old quilt his grandmother had made him, and it had holes in it. And he wanted to know if there's any way he could fix it. So after I finished working on what I had to get done, I showed him 2 ways that he could fix it. So no, my stream's all about education. Feel free to ask me anything. I may not answer it, but I probably will. That's right. Have you looked up the Superior site yet? That's what most of my threads are. Oh, my thing is blocked, isn't it? My thread cabinet's blocked with my rack. Oh, you know what? I'm done. I can take my rack down and show you some of the amazing threads that Superior has. There we go. Oh, ignore that. Close your eyes, everyone. I accidentally hit the camera. I still need to fix... Yeah, it's going on the teetering. There we go. Alright. See, that's what happens whenever you improvise. And you're like, oh, hey, I'm going to show something else now. And you hadn't planned on it? Yeah. Okay. Not that one. So, we've got Masterpiece, which is an amazing... This is the Alex Anderson thread. The best thing I like about Superior is they actually put right on the labels what needle you should use. So, in this case, it's at 80-12 for the Masterpiece. I also like the bottom thread. I believe they have pre-wound bobbins for the bottom line thread. I think they may have for Masterpiece too. Bottom line is this is the Libby Lehman thread. It is 60 weight. Oh, it doesn't tell you what size needles. All right, and then King Tut. King Tut is a lot of quilting, things like that. The King Tut is 100% Egyptian cotton thread. I love this stuff. It is fantastic. I use a 90-14 needle. So yeah, Superior, fantastic. I love their stuff. I was thinking the other day about all of the thread I need to pick up when I'm at Spring Market. Oh yeah, and my fantastic rolling case with all my thread. I love it. That one's from Arrow. Arrow cabinets. I may or may not be doing a giveaway with Arrow cabinets. Amazing chair. Oh, you can't really see my chair because I've got my thing covered on it. Thank you very much. No, I love my thread cabinets. They're fantastic. I've got 2. Can you see that one? Yeah, I got this one too. I guess you can see that one. Kind of. I have lots of thread. I have a fabric addiction, but I also have a little bit of a thread addiction. Fantastic. Oh, and thanks for the follow. I try to stream on a regular basis. My schedule can always be found on my Facebook and on my Twitch page. All right. There's that one. Let me put some more water in my iron. Yeah, so anyone that just popped in, the plan today, after I finish these 2 quilts, is I need to get my Catan quilt pieces cut out because I'm teaching making a Catan quilt at Gen Con this year. And then need to get other things cut out as well, the backings and things like that, so I can pin the stuff tomorrow. I really need to buy some of Superior's pre-wound bobbins just to test them out. I'm so used to just winding my own. Oh yeah, and then giveaways. I was talking about giveaways. So spring market, I've got a couple lined up. So make sure you keep an eye on my Facebook social media, because that's where I'm going to be doing them. I love doing giveaways. I know I said it yesterday, but I have problems with asking for things for myself, like free things or discounts or stuff like that. I never feel right asking for things for me. But I have no problems with asking companies to do giveaways to give stuff to you guys. That's fine. Oh, hey, that's a new cup. That's the Canada 150 cup. Canada is celebrating its 150th birthday in July this year. What's going on with my bra today? It keeps falling down. So I apologize. I'm constantly adjusting the straps. Oh, ready for story time? That reminds me of a story. When I was living with my parents for a few months, it was over the course of one of the hockey seasons. Maybe I wasn't living with them. I don't know. I don't remember. Anyway, so my mother and I used to travel and watch the Capitals play other teams. And one time we traveled to see the New York Islanders play. And we're watching. Next thing I know, my phone starts blowing up. I'm like, what's going on? Well, my friends are telling me apparently, you know how they pan, if it's your team is playing an away game, they like to pan the fans of your team that are in the crowd. Apparently they showed my mom and I was like, oh, that's really cool. Well, one of my friends recorded it. They sent it to me. So here I am sitting in the stands on the TV, basically chewing with my mouth hanging open and adjusting my bra strap. Like, really? Lovely. Fantastic. I was a little embarrassed. And then I got over it. Almost done with the main quilts. Most of the time, when I make quilts, I do it like this. I do doubles. I do 2 at a time. And that just makes it easier for my inventory. And when I make them 2 at a time, it takes the same amount of time to make 1.5 quilts. So if it's the same amount of time it takes. Basically, if I do 2 at a time, it's like it's only the amount of time as 1.5 quilts. So it only adds on half the time. Saves me time. Man, I'm having issues wording things today. Some of my friends would say that's every day. Now, if you are assembling one of my patterns and you're sewing the rows together like this, it does not matter which way that you iron the rows. It matters whenever you're assembling pieces, but when you're actually assembling the rows and sewing those together, it doesn't make a difference. And there's a pin in there that I missed. Oops. This way. Yep. Alright, that can go away. Don't need the pattern anymore. Put those away. Those are just my scrap pieces of paper that I use to hold my place in the pattern. I'll put it over there. You know what I was just thinking about is at spring market, maybe have guests. Obviously I can't sew anything because I'm flying there. I can't bring my machine. But what about having guests, like, come on, like, if I can make it work at the hotel. See, now I gotta call the hotel and see if there's a landline. Okay, so I'm gonna call the hotel, see if I can do a landline for internet. And then I may have guests on my Twitch stream. Alright, Totoro. My Japanese wit spirit. Alright, now I need these strips. No, I don't need that one. Oh, I'm missing over the green strips. That's what I thought. I accidentally sewed it to the gray. I thought I was down one. Okay, that just means I've got to cut another one. And my long. How nice it is to actually be organized and know where everything is. My studio was never this way before I started streaming. It's pretty nice. It's over there. My favorite scissors. My Famore scissors. They're fantastic. That's another person I can't wait to see at Spring Market, is to buy some more Famore scissors. So you like the way that he looks, Amber? He turned out pretty good? What I'm doing now is adding on what I call the framing pieces. It's not necessarily the borders, although I call it the borders in the pattern. It's more of framing it so that the pixels themselves don't go all the way out to the edges. I try to avoid that when I can. There it is. I'm like, where's the other half? Fantastic. Okay, it's making sure the whole thing's there. Great. So when I finish adding his edges around him, what do you want to see next? Do you want me to work on the Catan quilt next, or do you want me to pull out all of the panel quilts and cut backings for everything? Okay, I'll do the panels. I've got to replace the Girl Power, Guardians of the Galaxy, Star Trek, and the Zombie Walking Dead. So those are the panels that I'll pull out. And then of course I'll cut the backings for all this too. Got 3 different Walking Dead quilts. I can't put any of the panel stuff on my website because of copyright, but I'm allowed to make and sell them. I can still show you some of them, but I just can't have it, I can't have it under the quilts on my website. Only the stuff that I originally create can I put there. those aside. Move that aside. Don't you dare hit that. The edge is it's slowly starting to creep out onto the edge, and I'm afraid it's going to fall off. Alright, top and bottom first. I love this color green. It works so well in so many quilts. Yes. Yeah, so if I did a pixel quilt for The Walking Dead, where it was my original stuff, then yeah, I could definitely post them. Now, the panel quilts I do put on my social media. So if you, like, scour through my Facebook, you'll see them whenever I originally did them. I just can't put it on my actual website. So I can post and talk about it, and I can sell them. I always think it's funny that every now and then I get a huge influx of people talking and watching, and then they all go away, and it's me and you. Or as in the case yesterday, me and Doug. It is delicious. Thank you for asking. I am sure that my husband got Timbits. Those are like donut holes for the dogs. The plain ones. Every time we go to Tim Hortons, you have to get plain Timbits for the dogs. Yeah, and the dogs really like it. It's Soleil, the smart one. Every time she sees us having Tim Hortons, she thinks she's going to get something now. Like you come home and you have Tim Hortons in your hand, she's, oh, I know that place. You're going to give me something, aren't you? Okay. Good luck with your call. And of course, you know, if you don't make it back to the stream at all, you can always watch it on YouTube. So if you missed the Walking Dead quilts, you can look at tomorrow's YouTube. And that's the reason why I can't have music on my streams. Let's put you over there. I was thinking if we do a Jackbox stream while I'm at my parents' house, probably not going to put it on YouTube. But if I do interviews and special guests, then I'll put that on YouTube. You know what? I'm going to write that on my things to do. Call hotel. Okay. One of these streams, I should oil my machine and show everyone how to oil your machine. You can hear it squeak every now and then, so it needs it. Maybe if I get through the quilting that I've got to get done tomorrow night, on Monday night. Tomorrow night. Yeah, it's tomorrow night. If I get through the quilting early tomorrow night, because there's no large quilts, it won't take me as long. Maybe I'll do that. Although I'll be on a different machine tomorrow. I noticed yesterday is I say all right a lot in my stream. I don't quite know why. Maybe it's a transition thing for me. Maybe it's a Matthew McConaughey thing. I don't know. Yeah, I keep getting my days wrong. See, that's what happens when you work at home and you never leave. You never do anything. You kind of mix the days up. The only thing that allows me to keep my days straight is when Mike goes to work and George goes to school. Oops. PayPal sent me a receipt? Oh, yeah. Okay. Facebook ads. I'm like, what did I pay? How am I? Yeah, I know. Oh, can you believe that Mike has never seen Dazed and Confused? Because I made a comment to that the other day about the all right. And then he's like, okay. I'm like, Matthew McConaughey. He goes, it's like from Dazed and Confused. The best thing about high school girls is I get older and they stay the same age. He goes, no, never seen it. How have you not seen that movie? So I'm going to make him watch it one of these days. I just realized it's been almost a year since I got my new iron. I love my iron. Whenever I do the strips and a half for the sides, I always put the half strip first. And if I can, I like to nest the seam with one that's in the actual quilt, like I'm doing here. And the reason is, if I started with the long piece first, then I may get like a little stub, like I may be only being using that part of the short piece, and you want to use as much of the short piece as you can. It just looks better. Yeah, I just realized is that my Japanese Wood Spirit and my Amazon Warrior are the exact same length. I didn't mean to do that. Because I'm sitting here thinking, you know, I had the exact same number of rows for both of those quilts. So that means they're the exact same size. And at the pace I'm going, Amber, you never know. I may be finished with the backings of the pieced quilts and onto the panels by the time you're off your phone call. So I'm moving pretty slowly with adding these edges on. I always forget how long it takes to add these on. Oh, okay. Oh, well, that makes sense. I thought you had to physically turn off the stream because you're using your phone. Well, in that case, you get to see them. If my Japanese Wood Spirits are the same exact length as my Amazon Warriors, that's going to make cutting the backing easy. Cut 4 of the same. Don't think about it. No. No. Alright. She actually listened to me. Can you believe that? It probably didn't help that Marley is right below her going, come on, jump! I want to play with you! Come on, let me jump on you! I know, right? She's actually good for once. Shocker. Oh, excuse me. Man. It is time to take my allergy medicine. Oh, excuse me. Man, I'm sneezing and now I'm yawning and I still have at least an hour left in my stream. I'm eyeing the cat now. Making sure she doesn't try to jump on the ironing board when I'm not looking. Alright, last piece. I know Marley. She's a horrible kitty cat for not wanting to play with you. I love how his little eyes are like poking into the camera. It's like he's staring into your soul. Hi, baby. Is she not paying attention to you? Is she not paying attention to you? You want to play with that kitty cat, don't you, baby boy? You do. Maybe I didn't have enough coffee this morning. Put it over here. There we go. A hair. Yeah, no, my allergy medicine definitely is given out. Do I? Nope. That's the last bit. So next I get to iron and trim, and then I'll grab, oh I forgot I also have the new Mega Man. I think we're going to call him, what do we call him? Blaster Man? I think is what we're thinking. Went through a bunch of names yesterday that I was bouncing off. Don't want to call him Jumping Man. Cannon Man. There's the hair. That one might work. It would help if I ironed both sides. Alright. He is done. Stares into your soul, doesn't he? Alright. Let me grab the other ones. Okay. Oh. I like that in a loving way. So he stares into your soul in a loving way. Like, but I love you. That's awesome. Oh, that stinks the call's late. I'm always the kind of person where promptness and being on time is super, super important to me. And it drives me crazy when other people are late. It's just one of my pet peeves. Okay, so time to cut some backings. Now, all of my backings I do right now, I just use Kona. I use Kona Black. It's just a nice, solid, rich black. So for all of the quilts that I make, if you buy a quilt from me at a show, it's going to have black backing, because I have found that black shows wear less, it shows dirt less. It's just better long term for the quilt, in my opinion. Now when I do commissions, of course, I give people the choice of what they want for the backing. Alright, so all of my quilt patterns are no wider than 40 inches. That is because a standard bolt of fabric is 42 inches wide. So you do not have to piece a backing if you do not want to. You can just cut a single thing of backing. Yeah, no, I agree with you, Amber. So I don't have to worry about measuring how wide it is, because I know the width is fine. It's the length. So the length of my wood spirit is 48 inches. So I'm going to cut, in fact, let me move this down a bit so it's easier for me to cut. There we go. So I'm going to cut it 52 inches, because I want to have those extra 4 inches to play whenever I'm pinning it, when I'm laying it out. Alright, so there's 30. And 52. So there's 52 inches. So this gives me 2 inches on the top and 2 inches on the bottom for a little bit of leeway. Okay, there's backing number 1. There you go. Now for the second one, it's another Japanese wood spirit. So, I'm going to cut the same thing, 52 inches. Now, if I cut a little extra, that's fine, but I'm trying not to cut it too short. So, 30. Come on. Oops. Here we are. Just have to make sure it's 100% smooth. Oh, put it over here. Can't remember where I put it. Okay, here's another 52. Okay, now for Amazon Warrior. She is 48 inches. Just like I thought. Fantastic. So this is going to be 2 more 52s. Okay. Now I stack them like this so that I go backing quilt, backing quilt, backing quilt. That way, whenever I'm laying it out, I can just flip it, tape the backing to the ground, and then the quilt top is right there after I have the batting down. Okay, here's 30. Okay, and then Mega Man. He is 46. So, I'm going to cut this one 50. Alright, and that is all of the piece quilts that I have made that need to be pinned. Alright, time for panda quilts. So I'm going to set this aside for right now. Alright, I need a girl power. I'm completely out of these, so I'm probably going to cut 2. I made you 2 of these. Oh, I've got to iron this. So, normal panel quilts are... Let me grab Star Trek. Because that is a normal size. Panel quilts are, I believe, 38 inches by 42 inches. No, 35 inches. They're 35 inches by 42 inches, yeah. So, for fabric like this is basically just some really awesome fabric that I'm turning into a panel quilt. So it is about 42 inches wide, but I'm also going to cut this strip right here off all the way down, so we don't need it. So I need to make it at least 42 inches long, but it all depends upon the pattern, where the pattern ends. So this is 36 at this point. So that's at 36. So this is at 41. 37, 38, 39, 40, 41. Okay. So that would make it square. So I'm going to add on another panel and actually cut it right here. Oh, no, where did I put my scissors? Oh, put them up there. I'm always losing things. Alright, so I'm cutting it here. So for the panel quilt, all I'm doing is I'm cutting in that white line. Now I'm going to cut 2 and have 2 ready to pin tomorrow, but I may not have time to pin 2, or I may not have enough batting to pin 2 because I'm getting dangerously low on batting. I have 1, maybe 2 rolls at my parents' house, so that's why I haven't ordered any yet, but I'm going to be ordering some soon. But it all depends upon what happens during pinning. So let's cut another one. But I'm going to have 2 ready to go just in case I have enough batting and I have enough time. I can at least get them pinned. Okay. That's 36. So that's 41. So here's where I want to do it. There we go. Alright, so I can put this away. Now before I set it aside to get backing, I'm going to cut this off. Because I want to make sure that it's not too wide whenever I do my pinning. Okay, here's one. Okay, set that aside. Let's do this one. There you go, and this all gets thrown away. Okay. So there's that one. Okay, the Star Trek one is a simple panel. It's an actual panel. And I sold one at C2E2, hence why I need another one, because I only have one in stock now. So I have two back-to-back conventions. Actually, three back-to-back conventions. I've got Tidewater Comic Con in 2 weeks, and then I have Awesome Con the second weekend of June, and then I have Too Many Games the third weekend of June. So I may not be able to remake any of my quilts between Tidewater and Awesome Con, or Awesome Con and Too Many Games. So that's why I'm really stocking up. Luckily, I am coming home sometime between Tidewater and Awesome Con, because I'm teaching a kids class at the Family Center. So I have to come home. So I'm going to leave my extras that are already made here and then grab them and bring them down. So that way I'm not bringing too much over the border. Okay, Doctor Who. Oops, there we go. I went this one. Because I only have a limit of a certain dollar amount of things that I can bring across the border duty-free. So then that way, I'm not breaking those limits. Because if I have to pay duty, that means I have to start increasing the prices of my stuff. So this is the Gardens of the Galaxy one. This is not the new one that I have been going on and on. I cannot wait to get. I don't think I'm going to get that one until June. Although, Creative Springs is the one that makes it. I think they're going to be at Spring Market, so I can at least see it. The new one that's coming out is Groot. It's just Groot, and it's so stinking cute. I cannot wait until I have it. This one is just the comic book style. Well, I realized I didn't show you the Star Trek either. See, comic book style Guardians of the Galaxy. And Star Trek. I love this one. This one's a new one. I just got it in February. Okay, now for Walking Dead. Alright, where did I put that fabric? There it is. I'm like, why can I not see the fabric? So the Walking Dead has an actual panel that's been printed onto the fabric. And then they also have two kinds of fabric like this, where one, in fact, let me grab them. One is all the characters in there, so I actually had to turn this into a panel quilt. And this one is the same characters as zombies. So they've turned into zombies. So the same characters you see on here with this one, they've basically now zombified them. So this is the one that I sold at C2E2. I need to remake. So this one is just like the Girl Power one in that it's a certain length. So it's already got a certain width on there. So I have to cut the width. So I've got to cut down the width. And, okay, that's 30. Okay, 40, 42. Walkers. Oh, is that what they're called? See, I don't watch Walking Dead. Alright, and then now I need to trim this to 38. It needs ironed. Yeah, I know. I've read the comics. So I'm the kind of person, when I watch something, A, I don't like to be scared. And B, I get very emotional about my characters. So I used to read George R. R. Martin all the time. And I loved it. And I couldn't wait until Game of Thrones came out on HBO. I was so super excited, so super stoked for it. And I watched the first episode, and I freaking was bawling when they freaking killed the wolf. Like, bawling. And I'm like, you know, if I can't handle them killing a stupid wolf, how the hell am I going to handle it whenever they start killing off the characters? So, yeah. Because I knew it was coming, because I read all the books. So that's why I haven't watched it at all. Alright, so I need it 38, so that would be, I need to cut it at 19. This will give me 38 inches wide. That's trash. And now I have my panel the same size as my Star Trek and Guardians of the Galaxy. Alright, so this is 3. I'm going to set this aside first because I need to iron that and do something else with that. So I need 3 backings. 42 inches long, add 4, so I'm going to do 46 inches long. Yeah, exactly. See, I can't handle it. I just can't. When you kill off the characters I love, I can't do it. Alright, I said I got 3 of those, right? 1, 2, 3, yes. Okay, there's 30. Okay, there's 1. Yeah, and see, I know from reading the comic book that Walking Dead is like Game of Thrones in that they kill people off. Oh. So, yeah, I cannot watch anything that will get me emotional or anything that scares me. So, I watch a lot of sci-fi. You know, I started watching lately, I don't know what channel it was on originally, but it's on Hulu. And I watch a lot of Hulu and Netflix. It's Stitchers. It's an interesting one. Like, I hadn't heard of it, and I'm like, oh, well, that seems interesting. So, like I said, I don't even know what channel it was originally on. It's got a bunch of, I thought it was sci-fi, but I don't think it is, because it's got a bunch of actors on there from old sci-fi shows that I used to watch. shift this baby over here so you can see my growing stack of quilts. Okay, now for these. Alright, which one do I need to iron? This one. No, it's not that bad. Yeah, that should be fine. So Freeform, see, I saw Freeform on there, so Freeform is a channel. I did not realize that. See, that shows how much live TV I watch. Okay, so this is about 48 inches. It's actually like 47 and a half, but I'm going to call it 48. So, that means I need to cut it 52. Oh, okay. Yeah, I think I remember ABC Family. That makes sense. No, it's good. I like it. I wasn't quite sure if I would like it or not, but I do like it. So, I said it was 48 to 52. Sorry, just reminding myself what I'm cutting. Okay, so it's 30, 40, 52. And one more. Oh, okay. That makes sense. Yeah, I guess you really can't say family if it's not all super family-friendly shows on there. And look at that, we've almost finished a whole bolt of fabric just from backings. There we go, and that is backing. Alright, so this now gets to go in my clothing basket that I'm going to take to the family center tomorrow. And then I'm going to grab this stuff. Alright, Catan quilt. So, this is the first sample that I made for the Catan quilt. I have had a lot of problems finding fabric for the ore, sand, wheat, sheep, and wood, and brick. So for each of the things. I really like the wheat, and I really like the brick, and I like the ore. So I really like these three. I was not happy with the wood and with the sheep. Especially because in the game they show trees for the wood. And I wasn't happy. So I've been looking for the past couple of months for replacements, and I think I finally found it. Is this not the cutest sheep fabric you have seen? You can tell I just got this because I'm opening it. And then the trees. So, yeah, that's definitely, I think that is going to be much better in here. And then that is going to be much better in here. Because I don't like those sheep. They're kind of funky looking. Yeah, so I like these two fabrics a lot better. So I need to now make another Catan quilt sample because I have to have my thing up online by the end of May, describing the class, talking about the class, showing the finished product. And this is not going to be the finished product because I do not like this. Although I will use this in class and show how we take the paper out and how we actually do that. So, alright. So I'm going to get started on that. Now, all of my Paper Pieces stuff I get from Paper Pieces, which is a company in Paducah, who is fantastic. I love the people at Paper Pieces. They are just so amazing. They're just, yeah, love them. So all of these templates, where's my other template? I thought I had another one with a 1/4 inch seam allowance, not the 3/8. No, 3/8 is fine. I'll probably trim it down a little bit on the hexagons. Yeah, let me check one more place. Oh. Alright, well, I'm going to have to get some more templates then. Oh yeah, it's an hexagon one. Oh, there's another template in there. Okay, I'm going to get some more. That's okay, I got to order some more anyways. These will give me a good starter. Ugh. I have it somewhere, I just can't find it. Alright, so you notice how these pieces, I haven't seen Don't Starve together. I'm going to have to look that up. So these have paper on them that protects it. You want to take the paper off. And I will show you why. So paper's off. Although the triangles don't make a difference if paper's on there or not. Because, alright, so we have trees, we have sheep. Let me put my Walking Deads away. There's sand. Here's the rest of the sand, so I still need brick, ore, and wheat, and I believe they're up there. Okay, that's the water. Okay, so brick, ore, and wheat. Fantastic. Now, the nice thing about having that one already done is I can use that as an example. I can use that as a starter place. So let me get my pencil. I need one for the center. So all I'm doing is tracing on the wrong side. Now you can also trace it on the right side. Doesn't make a difference. And then I need 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 triangles. Now when I get to the sheep and trees, I'll probably trace it on the right side. Two, 3. Four. I am also going to be selling these kits at Gen Con as well. So if anyone that is watching, either live or on YouTube, goes to Gen Con this year in 2017, and you don't have time to take one of my English paper piecing classes, I will have a full kit already cut, pre-made, ready to go. So you can just buy the whole kit and English paper piece yourself a small art quilt of Catan. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Ten. 11. 'Just making sure this little bit right here is not going to get caught in there, and it's not. 12. Oops. There you go. There is all of my sand pieces. So sand is done. I need 1, 2, 3 brick pieces. Now the brick you can easily see on the wrong side, so I'm going to do them on the wrong side again. Alright, now, the one thing I didn't do with the brick here is you notice how if I look at it like this, my sheep are facing here, but my bricks are kind of all on a corner thing. So that means this, I want to trace it so that is up. So I'm going to trace it. Now what I'm doing is I'm looking, this right here is going to be the area that is you're going to see in the actual paper piecing. So what I'm doing is I'm taking that, and it's hard to see on the camera because of course this is a clear piece, but I'm lining it up with how I want the brick to look. And then once I've got it, I'll trace it. You know, like I said, the nice thing about this one is that you can see the pattern pretty well on the opposite side. Okay. There we go. And scissors. For right now I'm just gonna trim that so I can put this away. Okay, so that one's done. Same thing with the stones. The stones are also nice because you can see the pattern on the wrong side. Alright, and the stone, now, the way the stones are, it really doesn't make a difference for the ore, the way it looks. So, I'm just going to cut them in a way that you can see the most circles. You see how I cut these, how it looks like there's a whole bunch of little circles in here? If you look at the actual fabric, there's areas where you have just big circles. So I want to try to incorporate lots of little ones in there. Oh, and I need 1, 2, 3. Okay. Oh, that should be fine here. Okay. Now when I prep all my kits for Gen Con, obviously I'm not going to be drawing and cutting for just one piece, for just one quilt. Okay. Now I need 4 wheats. Oops. Oh, I knocked over my corner piece. Put it there. And this wheat is such a good fabric. The nice thing about this one, it does not matter which way. Although, I should do it so the wheat is the same direction as the brick. Yep. Whenever you're cutting pieces for a quilt, you always have to keep in mind that if it's directional fabric, the way that you're cutting it. Three, 4. Okay, and now for my lovely sheep and trees. I'm just moving everything over because I need to, there we go, move this here. Do I have extra things? Yes, they're over there. I was just looking for extra boards. Okay, let me go get some. It's so hard to decide where to cut because I don't want to cut any of those beautiful trees off. Okay. Alright, let's iron this. Yeah, I definitely like this better than the wood green. The problem I was having is because of these sheep that I was using before, I couldn't find a good tree that wouldn't make those sheep kind of blend in. But I really like these. Can I see it on the back? Oh, fantastic. I can see the design on the back. I love it when they do that. Alright. So, my design is within this area right here. So I need to line it up. There we are. I like that one. Oh, wait. That way. Yeah, everything's on point. Okay. So, I need to line it up on point. And I need 1, 2, 3, 4 trees. Okay, there's one. Oh, I like those. Those are good trees. I'm trying to get at least 2 trees in the picture. If I can't get 2 trees, then I'll get one really good one. No, I can't get that one in there. Oh, that's a good one. 3. And let's do another one of those. 4. There we go. Okay. Come on. It doesn't want to cooperate and clip today. There we go. Stay. Okay, and then sheep. I love these sheep. They're so stinking cute. I did not buy this from my wholesaler. I actually bought it from a quilt shop. Where's the... I brought 2 boards over. Alright, Tony. I hate it when I lose things. Okay. Maybe I didn't bring 2 boards over. I thought I did. Yeah, they'll show up. Alright, let me grab another one. Unless... Did it fall through? Nope. Okay. Yep, I'll grab another one. I know, I always am. Doesn't matter what it is. Oh, hi, Iron Van Scrim. How are you? I am preparing and cutting pieces for my replacement Catan art quilt I'm doing. So this is the one that I initially did because I'm going to be teaching a class at Gen Con this year on making a mini Catan quilt. So I really don't like the sheep and the wood. So I've replaced the wood with these lovely trees, and now I'm in the process of replacing the sheep. So I gotta make another one for my example. And I'm just cutting all my fabric out and preparing it. Isn't there always like fabric everywhere that needs to be folded? This is ridiculous. I don't have to fold it as much anymore because most of it is on the bolt, so I just keep the bolts on the shelves. But I didn't buy this one from my wholesaler. I bought this from a quilt store because I didn't want a whole bolt of it. I only wanted a couple yards. Oh my god, these sheep are stinking cute. They're so stinking cute. Okay. It doesn't matter where I cut it. There we go. Alright, let's see. Can we see the sheep through the back? And we can. Fantastic. I love it when we can see the design through the back. It makes it so much easier to draw it. Okay, so. Oh, the sheep are perfect. I was really, really worried that these little sheep were going to be bigger than what my little hexagon is. Yeah. Luckily, they're not. Alright, so let's pick some sheep. So, these little tiny cute guys right here, I definitely like those. There's a little guy in the grass. I definitely like him, so I'm thinking those two. Now, if I do sleeping sheep, I can't do... Oh, you know, I could do those two sheep. Oh. So, oh, look at the cute... Oh, yeah, okay. This is going to be hard picking the sheep. Okay, I need 4 sheep. So I'm thinking... Oh my gosh, are you kidding? Yeah, that's a lot of fabric. In fact, that's, whenever I did my studio redesign and I started streaming, that was the #1 thing I told myself. I'm not allowed to start streaming until I get it all folded. In fact, I'm almost done with this stream. As soon as I finish cutting these sheep, I was going to call it a night, but I will take this camera right here, and I'll show you my walls of fabric that I have all on boards and all ready to go. And then you can see the mess that's behind the studio, like we were talking about the other day. Okay, so I'm thinking I have 4 sheep. I'm going to do 4 different sheep from here, is what I'm thinking I'm going to do, just because they're so stinking cute. Okay, so I definitely want the sheep in the grass. Oh, and that's right, I want to put it on point. Okay, there's one. This little sheep right here. And the fence is super cute. Now you notice I went into the selvage here. That's perfectly fine because all that's going to get folded in, so it's not going to be part of the quilt. And let's do the single guy right here. Yep, I got the fence there. Did I have 2 together? Oh, I can do sleeping sheep. Yes. Okay, I'm going to do this guy right here, then I'll do sleeping sheep. I'm thinking for the kits that I make, I'm not going to cut these out. I'm just going to draw the lines for the people and let them cut it out. Oh, but if I do that, then I have to include scissors in the kits. Because the whole point of the kits is, you know, ready to go. Because I'm going to include glue and everything. My sheeps. I love my sheeps. They're so cute. Yeah, see? I wish I had mixed media. Okay. Let me put this away. And then we can end the stream. What time is it? Oh yeah, I'm a little over. My family's all probably like, where's dinner? Because I still have to feed the dogs and make dinner. We're going to have lasagna tonight. So tomorrow, I'll put all of my streams for the next couple of days up on Twitch tomorrow. What time is the hockey game? Tomorrow the game starts at 7:30, so I will probably stream 5 to 7:30 tomorrow, and then I'll do all of my under the long arm. That's a great place to store things. That's awesome. So I'm gonna go 5 to 7:30. So tomorrow's gonna be quilting day because I'm pinning tomorrow morning, and then the rest of my schedule will be up. So 5 o'clock tomorrow. Okay. Ready to take a tour? All right. Ignore this camera. Close your eyes for a quick second, while I just kind of pick it up and do one of these things. Okay, so I'm gonna try to move as slowly as I can so you can see where I am. Ready for tour? There's the lovely, I hung it up. Alright, so this is what's behind the camera. So over there is my nice little collapsible portable design wall I kind of have hidden back in there. So this is all of my licensed character fabric that I turn into pillows and dice bags for shows. Over there, let me turn that light off. There we go, so you can see it better. Now it's a little darker in here. So over there, I've got all of my other stuff, which is Halloween, fall, dogs, and sports. And then all of this fabric is, so on the very bottom down there is all flannel. All of that fabric there is the less expensive fabric. So that's the fabric I only use if I really need that color and I can't find it anywhere else. So, over here, scroll around the other end, on this side, oh, let me turn that light off so you can see things better. This is all the good fabric. See all my lights everywhere? So, this is all the good stuff. So this is all of your quilt store fabrics. You see all my bundles up there? All of my rainbow stuff. On the top left over there, that's all my Asian fabric. These are all my blenders, my solids, and then down below, hidden underneath there, these are all of my marbles. Now, I can't fit them all on the shelves. I've already run out of space. And we're going to pan the mess that is the rest of the room. So, all my lighting studio stuff. Oh, look, there's the camera. Hi, camera. All that stuff in the corner, that's all the stuff for the conventions. That's where I hide it. And then over there, that's all the discontinued fabric that I no longer use that I sell to my friends for a discounted rate. And then this little one over there, this is all my half-finished projects, all my UFOs, and then all of my books are hidden over there too. So all my UFOs and books, so yay. So, yeah, that's the studio. Now you get to see all the mess that was behind it. So, thanks for joining me today, guys. I appreciate it. So I'm going, like I said, I'm going to stream again. Oh, it's so dark back here now that I turned those lights off. Tomorrow, you know what? I'm going to put this down because I don't want to bounce and bother you. There we go, right there. tomorrow, 5 to 7:30 Eastern Standard Time for quilting, and then I will be doing quilting on Wednesday as well, either quilting or binding. So I'll have my entire schedule up tomorrow on Facebook and on Twitch. So thanks again. Thanks for hanging out the whole time, Amber. That was fun. So got lots done today. Awesome. I will see you guys tomorrow.